More time. Is it all I got? That's all I got. More time. That's all I got. That's all I got. I got more time.
This is not over.
Yeah, you heard me. I got more time. Yeah, let's go. Fight Fiend forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, back for the props and parlay show, and I'm back for revenge. 3 for 11 on the picks is not acceptable. So I'm back. I'm ready to attack the bookies, and I got the locks. I got the dog of the week. I got the forecast of the week. We're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it sweet, and we're going to start it off with the locks of the week. I'm taking Peyton Talbot, the biggest favorite on the card. Yeah, I'm locking him in. 9-1. He's going to look like a 9-1 favorite. Take him there. We're going to double up your money, though. We got 2 more plays. Joe, Body Bags Pfeiffer, he's coming to bang, and he's probably going to get the knockout shot. If not, I can see him winning a decision. I can see it going 15 minutes. I can see Joe Pfeiffer's hand getting raised. And then let's finish off the night with Alex Poton Pereira, 100% confidence for the win. Yuri Prochazka, his striking defense isn't good. It's not comparable to Alex Pereira. Pereira has power that's unmatchable, and I expect him to land the knockout punch to get the job done. Each of these fighters on the money line is plus 125. I'm locking in. I'm getting revenge. And I see all 3 of these fighters winning with pretty well 100% confidence. Peyton Talbot at a 9-1 favorite. Yeah, that's 100% confidence. Pereira in a rematch fight where he already knocked out Yuri. And he already, proven that he's way better than Yuri. I'm going to have 100% confidence in him. You don't have to agree, but I see him winning with 100% confidence. I see nothing else happening in that fight. Most of the time, a rematch does not go down the same way, but in this fight, Alex Pereira should do the same thing. First, second round knockout. That's what I'm forecasting. That's what a lot of respectable cappers, in my opinion, are forecasting. I see a few others taking Yuri Prochazka, but, that's their opinion. They can do what they want. Now, the dog of the week, you can do what you want here. You can fade it. You can take Andre Fili, but Cub Swanson is coming for a win. Back-to-back wins. He just beat Hakeem Dawodu, my former Canadian. He had good striking accuracy. He had a good striking output. He can maybe mix in some takedowns. He might have to. Andre Fili is quick and accurate on the feet as well. But I think Cub Swanson can match that, and I think he can win a decision. And you got to look at Andre Fili. He's been knocked out a few times. Dan Iggy, he had a no contest with Daniel Pineda where he was getting touched up on the feet. A little touchy-feely there. Wasn't going so good for him in this fight. I think Cub Swanson could get the first round finish, second round finish. He's had a couple knockout shots in his career, recently in his career. Just his last fight was a decision win. His 2 before that were by knockout. So Cub Swanson by knockout is also a sharp play. I think he'll win. He's now plus 200 for the win, and I'm still high confidence in him for the win. This weekend, he's the dog of the week, most confident dog on the card. You don't have to agree. You can fade. I'm just telling you what I'm doing on the card. I'm telling you who I'm locking in with 100% honesty and confidence. Rather, if it hits or not, I'm going to be confident in my play. I'm going to trust my instinct, and I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Now, we got the forecast of the week. These are the forecasters' most confident props at plus money. They put the hashtag forecast of the week, and they're looking to get paid. I choose one forecaster each week. Now, we've had a trend of having Frank Bush represent the forecast of the week. This week, he's taken Ian Gary by points. I 100% agree. It is plus money. I'm not going to fade it. I think we're getting out of the shade, so don't fade this one. It's going to shine. But we're not taking Frank Bush this week. We're looking at forecaster Prelim Tim and his most confident prop. He says if Jillian Robertson by submission is plus money, it is the forecast of the week. And you're damn right it is plus 240. Grab that bag there. Last time we took inside the distance, and that was smart. She got the knockout this fight. She's going to be looking for the submission. It's time to get out of the shade, so I don't recommend fading it. But if you want to, you can. It's completely up to you. Now it's time for the parlays and parfaits. Let me pull up Bet365, and I'm going to put together a 300x parlay for everybody live here on the show. We're going to take some risk, but we're going to stay calculated and see what we can do here. With the first fight of the night, it's a fight that could go either way. This underdog has power. I said on the full card prediction show I'd play it knockout or bust. That's basically inside the distance, decision, no action for Vincius Oliveira. That's basically what I'm indicating, but at 29-1, it's pretty obvious it's knockout or bust for Vincius. He has power, he's new to the UFC, and I think he can get taken down. We don't know if he can or not, but I believe that he can and he will. Ricky Simón will win a decision. If not, he might get that submission at plus 300. In this fight for the parlay, though, I'm looking at over 1.5. It's $1.50. I think it's safe. If there is a finish, it's going to be in the second, late second, or third round. Fingers crossed we don't get a first round finish in this fight. It's the first fight of the night. It's going to be fireworks. And Vincius Oliveira does have serious power where you can play it inside the distance, decision, no action for him. But, like I said, I think it's going to be late. Even though Ricky Simón is my pick, it's low confidence. We're going to go over 1.5. We're going to play it safe, be calculated. And on the next fight, we can just tag on this 5-1 favorite. He should win. With that being said, we don't know much from him yet. He looks like the more dominant fighter. But at these odds, I don't think they're correct. So I'm not feeling comfortable with this money line. But sometimes you got to do things that you're not comfortable doing. You got to agree with the bookies. Hopefully we're not getting trapped on this one. This Japanese prospect should friggin' win at a 5-1 favorite. Seeing more money come in. I'm going to agree. We're going to take him on the money line. And we're not going to hopefully have to look back on this one. We're going to talk about a heavyweight fight next. But with all honesty, we're going to move through this fast. We're not going to waste your time. This is a sloppy fight. Arlovsky's been around, former champ, 45. He could just win and go off into the sunset here. Win a decision. Win by a crazy knockout punch that no one sees coming because he has no power left and he's slow. But I'm taking Boudet. I'm taking the favorite. A lot of people might not like it. A lot will. Inside the distance for him would be how I attack it at plus 145. I'll leave it off. It's a sloppy heavyweight fight. And, I mean, we don't really need action on it, to be honest. If it is going to get sloppy, it could go either way. Arlovsky, we'll give him credit. I see some people, some forecasters, I should say, taking him by a decision. So if you want to tail along, the price of that for Arlovsky by a decision is plus 280, the most likely outcome for him. The most likely outcome in this fight is Boudet by a decision, plus 175. If he's going to win a finish, plus 145, it is the most likely outcome. If you're looking for a prop, though, Boudet, knockout, and submission, plus 350. Hard to determine which it'll be. He is training with Tom Aspinall. Could get the submission, but I'm just going to leave it off. It's going to be sloppy. I'm going to agree with one of the forecasters. Arlovsky decisions live. We can leave one fight off on the full card parlay here. It's a little parlay parfait. If it's getting sloppy, we'll probably want the favorite, the younger fighter, the guy that's trained with Tom Aspinall, you know, the guy that's taking his career more seriously, the guy that has more career left in the tank. But we'll leave it off, all right? Boudet's my pick, medium confidence. Not sure why I'm going to leave it off because we're going to take some risk. Maybe this is more risky for some people. Jillian Robertson, just to win money line. If she wins the decision, she can't get that submission. We're going to have this parlay parfait looking damn good. I think she'll win. She's looking damn good. She can get the submission. She can get the knockout shot, I guess. I mean, Watterson is finishable, but she is tough. I'll give her that. She could last 15 minutes, but still get taken down, controlled, and outstruck. I don't believe this is a live underdog spot, so I'm taking my girl, my Canadian, Gillian Robertson, on the money line. Next up, Peyton Talbot. We take him by KO. He's the biggest favorite on the card. He's a lock of the week, 9-1. He's getting the KO. What round? We're not going to get pretty with it. Taking the knockout prop is good enough. $1.72, just under $2. I think we're getting paid on this one. It's a good parlay piece. Yanis Gamori was knocked out to William Gomis, and now he's coming in to fight the best prospect in the division right now, one that has a bunch of hype behind him, one that's clearly getting set up for the win by another knockout punch. He knocked out Cameron Simone. This should be easy work. I forecasted on the full card prediction show, potentially this is a spot for him to get the first ever finish in the first round for him. He has a bunch of finishes, none in the first round. If he's going to get one, it's going to be in a spot that he is a 9-1 favorite against a guy that just got knocked out. I'm taking Peyton Talbot in the first round as a little sprinkle prop here, and it is sitting pretty close to the second round knockout prop at plus 320. Second round is plus 350. It's going to be the first or second round. 10 minutes into this fight, Yanis Gamori is going to sleep. And next fight on the parlay after Peyton Talbot by knockout. We're going to add on here. John Silva, Charles Jourdain, a fight that I expect to go 15 minutes. Potential finish in this one again. We'll go over 1.5. $1.33. It's juiced. It's expected to happen. I'm still a little worried this fight could end early. Both fighters have that potential. Both fighters fight aggressive. But with that clash of styles, I really see this fight going 15. Over 1.5 should be absolutely safe for this parlay. Now, I got to take some risk. Cub Swanson, Andre Fili is not the spot I'm going to do it. I have Cub Swanson as dog of the week. Now, this is another fight. Over 1.5 is a good play. Fingers crossed we don't get a first-round finish, which easily could happen in this fight. I mean, both these guys have been finished by knockout in their last couple losses. And their chins, at this point, questionable. But I think they'll survive. Another spot where over 1.5 should cash. I can't leave any more fights off this parlay. I left off that sloppy heavyweight fight. And now Benson's barking seriously. I'm talking about Cub Swanson. This is really the dog of the week for sure. No doubt about that anymore. But over 1.5, I think it's good. Cub Swanson, a late finish, a decision win. Yeah, Benson agrees. He's barking. If you can hear him, he's barking. He agrees. He's ready to go. Now that my computer finally fucking loaded, we can have the next parlay piece get added after Cub Swanson, Andre Fili over 1.5 hits here. Joe Pyfer, Marc-Andre Barrios. I'm going body bags, Joe Pyfer for the win. Knockout, decision, submission, it doesn't matter. He's getting it done. Lock of the week, it hits. Next up, Ian Gary, Michael Venom Page. We're playing it safe. We're playing the fight to go the distance. I see a lot of people taking Michael Venom Page here. Is this the fight that Ian Gary officially loses his first fight? I don't think so. I really don't see it happening. It could. He's going to lose a close fight or get robbed by the judges if he does lose. So over 1.5, over 2.5, the fight to go the distance is safe to parlay in my opinion. Both fighters will play it safe. They'll play it technical. And it should go 15 minutes. It's highly favored too. I'm going to play the fight to go the distance, hope for the best. We're playing a lot of overs, a lot of unders. Bueno Silva, Macy Chiasson. This is another fight that I'm taking Bueno Silva, but we're playing the fight to go the distance. Actually, no, we're not. Fight over 1.5? No. We're going Bueno Silva. Submission or decision. I think the submission for Bueno Silva is way too live. Okay, I'm not even getting my fingers dipped into the over 1.5, over 2.5 with how dangerous Bueno Silva is. I don't know if many people agree with this, her by a submission, but I think it's super live. Plus 300. She's more favored to win a decision, but I think that submission is live. I'm taking her by a submission or a decision, and it's plus 100. The 9-leg parlay is 40-1, and we're only going to leave one fight off. We got 3 left. The sloppy heavyweight fight is the one we're not going to touch with a broomstick right now. We got Anthony Smith, Roman Dolidze next. And it's almost a pick'em fight. Dolidze still a favorite. Rightfully so. He was a wider favorite. He should be a wider favorite. The forecasters are going to add him on here on the money line to make this a 10-leg parlay for 68-1. Dolidze on the money line is the best play here. He could get the knockout. He could get the decision win. Either way, I do expect Roman Dolidze to get his hand raised. Co-main event, Diego Lopez, Brian Ortega. I feel like we go back to the over 1.5. We don't look back. Lopez, he finished his last 3 opponents in the first round. This has potential to get crushed, but he's fighting a step up in competition, a guy that's tough, durable, fought a champion. Now I think he can last over 1.5. But I don't think Ortega can last, 15 minutes strong and win the fight. I will take Diego Lopez for the pick. I'll take him for the win. I do think it'll be a decision. It's going to be a hard-fought decision. It's going to be a fight of the night. He's going to have to avoid takedowns. He's going to have to be smart on the feet, not gas out. He can't go for it in the first round. He needs to be smart, calculated, composed, win this fight by a decision. And this over 1.5 should be safe. Now, this is a fight where they're stepping in on short notice. I expect a more calculated approach from Diego Lopez in a spot that if he wins, he's getting a big fight next. Even bigger than Brian Ortega, which is a massive fight, a massive step up for Diego Lopez. If Brian Ortega wins this fight, over 1.5 is hitting all day. I kind of have a feeling Ortega is live for a submission for what? 31-1, 29-1 in the third round for a submission win. It's a crazy, crazy long shot prop, but it has a chance. He did it in his last fight. He did it in another fight a couple years ago. Brian Ortega, round 3, submission. Could have potential, but I'm taking Diego Lopez. He's going to keep it safe. He's going to be composed, and on the ground he should be able to get out of anything Brian Ortega has to offer. People think Ortega will be the better grappler, but if he does get the submission, it's going to be late. Over 1.5, late second round, third round. I'm going Diego Lopez for a decision. I'm really hoping he doesn't get this KO in the first round, though. His last 3 wins, all in the first. All very impressive. Next up, Alex Poton Pereira, Yuri Prochazka here. And this guy here, coming off a first-round finish as well, to the former champ Jamal Hill, who could be overrated, I heard people say. But overrated, not overrated. It's a big win. It's a big finish for him. The new face of the UFC, Alex Pereira, is a lock of the week. He is going to win. And you take him by knockout as well. It was at $205 earlier. It's at $1.95. We're seeing some money come in on the knockout for Alex Pereira. Most rematches are a little different. They don't end the same, but I expect this one to. First or second round knockout finish, Alex Pereira. We play him by knockout because he has 5 rounds to work against a guy that does not have good striking defense. A guy that might leave it all on the line and is very awkward. His striking defense is really not that good. Pereira, knockout. It's a 12-leg parlay. It's 200x. I said 300x. I can make this one 300x. Ricky Simón, Vincius Oliveira. Instead of over 1.5 on that first fight, we're taking Ricky Simón, submission or a decision. The same way that we're playing Mayra Bueno Silva. He has way more experience. He's fought the better guys. He beat Merab Dvalishvili, Vincius Oliveira. He's unproven. He's not green, but he has not fought the level of competition that Ricky Simón has. He was low output in his last fight. He fought a guy that was pretty green. It's not that impressive of a win, in my opinion. This dog here, Vincius Oliveira, betting on him by a finish, decision, no action, is honestly a waste of money. I'm taking Ricky Simón, and I'm taking him submission or a decision, double chance this one, and it's not plus money, but it's going to hit, right? So that's what you're here for. Wins, and that's what we're looking to do, win. So submission, decision, $1.80. Clearly the most likely outcome in this fight. Let's play it safe. Let's keep it smart and calculated. So we're going to switch another pick here. What are we doing? Ray Tesura. No, we'll leave him there. Jordan Silva, over 1.5. Swanson, Fili, over 1.5. Pfeiffer, could take him for a finish. We'll just take him on the money line. Ian Gary, Page, fight to go the distance. I think we're good. We are set there. Ricky Simón, submission or decision. Ray Tesura, money line. Gillian Robertson, money line. Peyton Talbot, knockout, over 1.5. Charles Jourdain, John Silva, over 1.5. Cub Swanson, Andre Fili. Joe Pfeiffer, money line. Fight to go the distance. Ian Gary, Michael Venom Page, Mayra Bueno Silva, submission or a decision. Roman Dolidze, money line, over 1.5. Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez, and finish it off, 12-leg parlay with Alex Pereira, knockout. $230 7-1. You put a unit size of mine on it, which is $25, and we're talking, and you will walk away with $6,000 if this bet hits. We took some risk. We made some picks on the money line, some over 1.5, some knockouts, some submissions, decisions, double chances there. And I believe in this Parlay Parfait. We left off one fight, the sloppy heavyweight fight. We took a calculated approach. For one unit, $25. It's worth it for $6,000. This is a bet I'm going to do at UFC 303. Hopefully it hits. That would be the biggest win for me in the last number of months, the last number of years. Yeah, that would be a huge win. $25 for $6,000. That's big profit. That is serious profit. Let's see how close it can come. 10 for 12 would not be bad. I mean, I want this to hit, though. What outcome do you guys not believe in? Is it the Japanese prospect, Ray Tsura? Is it the Canadian, Gillian Robertson? Is it Peyton Talbot against the 9-1 underdog, Yanis Gamori? Is it Charles Jourdain, Jean Silva ending before 1.5 rounds? Or Cub Swanson, Andre Fili ending before 1.5 rounds? Maybe it's Maybe it's Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez ending before the 1.5 round. Ricky Simone, Mara Buena Silva, your double chance bet on that, submission or decision. Is that too risky for you? You got Roman Dolidze, Joe Pyfer on the money line. You got Pereira, Talbot KO. Fight to go the distance for Gary, Michael Venom Page. Each and every pick parlayed, all 12, is 237-1. $25 is $6,000. I think it's a good bet. I made it here live on the show. I talked about each and every play. Go to my full card prediction show and take what I have to say into consideration. I went 3 for 11 last week. This week, I'm going for revenge. Like the video if you have not yet. Suplex the subscribe button if you are new, if you have not subscribed.
This is not over.